Let's build a personal jet.
The tail cone supports the tail and engines. It also keeps the air flowing smoothly over the back of the jet and reduces drag so your jet can fly faster. The angles of the tail cone affect how much drag it creates. The more shallow the angles, the less drag there is. A tail cone with a blunt end creates the most drag. The tail helps control your jet. It is most important to have an angled or swept tail. This reduces the drag and helps your plane go faster. Mounting the tail high also reduces drag. The fastest jet will have a swept tail mounted high. The cockpit contains the instruments you need to fly your jet. It is also where the pilot sits. The cabin is where the passengers sit. All of the cockpits and cabins available to you are the same. The nose section is the front of your jet. The thinner the nose section is, the less drag there will be, and the faster your jet can fly. A pointed nose section creates less drag than a rounded nose section. The fastest jet will have a thin and pointed nose section. To help your plane fly faster, you need to be able to reduce drag by controlling the different parts that are on the wing. Controls that use cables don't reduce drag as much as controls that use tubes. Controls with a motor help reduce drag very well, but the best controls have a computer and a motor. When your jet is flying at high speeds, a wing that is straight produces a lot of drag. To reduce the drag and help your jet go faster, the wing should be angled back or swept. The fastest jet will have a wing with the largest angle or highest sweep. The highest sweep available to you is 35 degrees. Your jet needs 2 engines. Some engines are better than others at pushing your jet to fast speeds. Turbofan engines are the fastest engines. The best engines for your jet are turbofan engines with electronic computer controls. Turbojet engines are faster than turboprop engines. You need to carry fuel on your jet to power the engines. Where you place the fuel tanks will affect how fast your jet can go. Because of the drag the tanks can create. The less drag there is, the faster your jet can go. Fuel tanks under the fuselage create less drag than fuel tanks on the wing. Fuel tanks on the middle of the wing create the most drag. Placing the fuel tank inside the wing does not create any drag. The shape of the top and bottom of your wing is called the airfoil. The shape of the airfoil will affect how fast your jet can go. The most important factor is how thin the airfoil is. Thinner airfoils make less drag and help your jet go faster. A rounded front edge on your airfoil creates more drag than a sharp front edge. The fastest jet will have a thin airfoil with a sharp front edge.
Now let's go look for those parts.
Push all of the red buttons at the same time by turning the crank.
I hate these gear puzzles, I really do.
Cockpit and cabin. Bananas.
My cockpit and cabin.
Wing with no sweep.
That
Balance
part
the
is a
scale.
big no-no.
Match the energy forms with the pictures that represent them. There are 4 matches. Then check your answer.
This puzzle isn't too difficult.
Stars and stripes.
Let's put the necessary parts on in a while.
Match the energy forms with the pictures that represent them. There are 4 matches. Then check your answer.
Cool, another one of these kind of puzzles.
Thin and rounded nose, thick airfoil with a sharp front edge. Bananas.
Let's do this door so I don't have to worry about any more cyber
Fuel
chips.
tanks inside wing. Shoot the boot into the flashing hole, using oil to reduce friction.
That's the right fuel tank, let's put it in a while.
Arrange the magnets to create the shape outlined on the table. Rewire the circuit to turn on the light bulb. Be sure to use the switch and both batteries. Straight tail mounted low. Red paint.
I guess we're
Push
continuing
all
from
of
the
the
top.
red buttons at the same time by turning the crank. Fuel tanks on end of wing. Blue paint. Thin and pointed nose section. Wing with a 15 bananas. Balance the scale.
These scale puzzles can be a little difficult.
Turbofan engines. Shoot the watermelon into the flashing hole, using sand to increase friction. Controls with a motor. Turbofan engines with a Falcon decal.
I'm getting a lot of necessary
With a
parts
complete
now.
circuit that turns on the light bulb. Be sure to use the switch. Arrange the magnets to create the shape outlined on the table.
This one's a little tricky.
Make a complete circuit that turns on the light bulb when both switches are turned on. Match the energy forms with the pictures that represent them. There are 4 matches. Then check your answer.
This one's easy too.
Controls that use cables. Cockpit
Darn
and
Jim.
cabin. Bananas. Comet, deep swept tail mounted tail cone with medium angles. Arrange the magnets to create the shape outlined on the table.
Boy, that sure was a little difficult.
Arrange the magnets to create the shape outlined on the table. Shoot the boot into the flashing hole, using sand to increase friction.
The force puzzles are my favorites.
Balance the scale.
There we go.
Arrange the magnets to create the shape outlined on the table.
Those numbers there are hard to see.
Match the energy forms with the pictures that represent them. There are 6 matches. Then check your answer. Arrange the magnets to create the shape outlined on the table.
Almost done Sector 3.
Tail cone with blunt end.
Don't want that part.
Controls that use cables. Green paint. Push all of the red buttons at the same time by turning the crank. Thin airfoil with a rounded front edge. Thick airfoil with a rounded front edge. Balance the scale.
Whoops, overloaded it. Let's attach all the necessary parts.
Match the energy forms with the pictures that represent them. There are 7 matches. Then check your answer.
7 matches. Wow.
Balance the scale. Arrange the magnets to create the shape outlined on the table.
Well, that's it for Season 1. Stay tuned for Season 2.